Alright, so welcome back to Learning Buddy. This is Sir Marvin. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, magandang hapon o magandang gabi. So, dito sa tutorial na itong ituturo ko po ay tungkol sa portfolio, RPMS, Results-Based Performance Management System with Annotation and of course, MOVs. So, again po ako si Sir Marvin from Bangkal Integrated School. So, ito po ang aking example ng portfolio, pated and provided with essential MOVs, no? Yung mga kailangang MOVs dito. So, simple lamang po itong portfolio na ito at intact na siya, no? In a way na mapapresent ko yung mga kailangan kong MOVs and of course yung annotation. So, ito po yung template. Yan. So, nakalagay dyan syempre yung title, RPMS, and of course yung name ko. And then, yung susunod po, ito, alisin lamang po natin itong nandito. So, ito yung template na ito. Ibibigay ko po ito sa inyo. Yung link po ng Google Drive ay nandiyan sa description. Alright, so dito, sa baba, may mga nakalagay po, no? So, ayan. So, nakalagay dyan kung what is a teaching portfolio. And then, so, tungo na tayo dito. Siyempre, so, makikita yung definition. So, ang definition niya nakalagay dyan. A teaching portfolio, blah, blah, blah. So, ayan po. After ng definition ng portfolio, ito na siya. What is the purpose of developing a portfolio? And then, ayan. Nakalagay naman dyan yung sagot doon sa tanong. Okay, so what is the purpose of developing a portfolio? So, hindi na natin babasahin yan, no? Tingnan nyo na lang po yung template. Paki-download na lang. Of course, meron tayong CRA number 1, Content, Knowledge, and Pedagogy. So, dito, sa Objective 1, syempre nakabase po ito sa ating graded or evaluated na iprcf. Ito, for example, this one. So, dito po, diba, sa COT, merong COT1, COT2, and then of course, meron tayong objectives dito. So, objective 1 to 19. So, dito natin binabase yon. So, pero ngayon mag-focus na lang po tayo dun sa dito po sa template. So, hindi na tayo babalik doon. Dito na tayo mismo or sa iprcf portfolio mismo kasi indicated naman dito yung objectives eh. Sa objective number 1, applied knowledge of contents within the cross-curriculum teaching areas. So, ang MOVs natin ay classroom observation tool or yung COT natin. Rating sheet siya or inter-observer agreement form. So, dapat kayo ay meron ng binigay ang master teacher ninyo or kung sino man yung nag-observe sa inyo ng inter-observer agreement form. So, number 1, an observation of synchronous teaching, limited face-to-face teaching, online teaching, or two-way radio instruction. Pwede po yan. So, ito yung mga MOVs na pwede mong i-provide na 1, 2, 3 dito sa MOV number 1 sa objective 1. Okay, so observation, ito yung sinabi nga yung face-to-face na observation sa'yo or online teaching, di ba? Pag tayo ay online, yun ang ipoprovide natin. So, dapat meron tayong mga screenshots doon or yung recorded video natin ay pwedeng screenshot. Okay, or two-way radio instruction, pwede rin po yan. And then, number 2, if option 1 is not possible, an observation of a recorded video, lesson or audio lesson that is SLM based or MELC aligned. Okay, so yung option 1 daw kapag hindi available, yung option 2 ang gagamitin natin. Sa option 2, ang pwede mong i-provide ay video lesson or audio lesson, no? Pwede kang provide ng screenshot o kaya naman ay ng script ng radio lesson mo. Okay, yung iba kasing school merong RBI or radio-based instruction. Number 3, if options 1 and 2 are not possible, an observation of a demonstration teaching can be provided via LAC. Okay, so itong LAC na to, ito yung learning action cell na kung saan ay ikaw ay nag-demonstrate or nag-demo teaching. So, tingnan natin yung sample ko dito. Sa 1, syempre, pre-provide ko dito yung MOV ko. Ayan, nakita nyo. So, ito yung inter-agreement form na graded na siya ng principal and ng master teacher 1 namin. Okay? So, COT1 and COT2. So, ano bang ginawa ko dito? So, ang pre-provide ko dito ay yung may parehong score, no? Yung pareho ng score. In-indicate ko, for example. Zoom in ko lang to. Halimbawa dito, nakikita niyo po ba? Zoom in ko lang dito. So, halimbawa ang score ko, no, ay 7. Ang i-indicate ko lang dito ay yung indicator ko. Ayan, kaya indicator. I-highlight ko dito yung indicator. So, since hindi ko siya hin-highlight ng any coloring tool, ang gagawin ko na lang ay babawian ko doon sa may annotation. So, pagbaba sa annotation, i-emphasize ko na lang dito yung kung alin ditong indicator number ang aking gustong i-highlight or ginamit ko dito mismo. Okay, so nakikita niyo po yan. For example, tingnan natin ito. Wait lang po. So, tingnan natin ang aking annotation. So, I have attached here copies of my rating sheet. Yan, from my classroom observation 1 and 2 performed through LAC session. This shows that my rater gave me 7 points on both COT under indicator number 7. Okay, yung design, adapt, and implement teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talents. So, ang highlight ko dito ay yung number 7. Pakita ko lang pa, pasensya na po. Okay, so dito yung number 7. Ayun. Okay po, nakita po natin. Alright, so yun po, dapat i-ano mo lang siya, i-cite mo lang siya dito sa, so dapat po i-cite mo lang siya dito sa iyong annotation. Okay, next, sa objective number 2. Ang objective number 2 natin, ang nakalagay dyan ay used research-based knowledge and principles of teaching and learning to enhance professional practice. So dito, sa objective number 2, meron naman tayong MOV. Punta na tayo diretso doon. Sa MOV number 2, yung nakalagay dyan, ang pwedeng i-provide ay one lesson plan with annotations. Identifying the research-based knowledge and or principles of teaching and learning used as basis for planning and designing the lesson. So, diretso na tayo. Wala nang patumpik-tumpik doon sa ating MOV number 2. So, dito ang provide ko, kitang-kita nyo naman ay lesson exemplar. Okay? So, ito po ay in-screenshot ko and then hin-highlight ko itong bilog na to. Yan yung highlight ng aking pagpapakita sa MOV. Sabi dito, di ba? Naggamit daw ako ng research-based knowledge and principles of teaching para ma-enhance ang learning and professional practices. So, dito, punta ako dito sa aking example. So, dito, yan, lakihan ko lang pa. So, dito, hindi niya nakikita pero yung sa exemplar ko, meron ding part doon na may annotations. So, ano ba yung research-based knowledge na ginamit ko dito? Okay? So, gumamit ako dito ng tungkol sa constructivism, no? And of course, yung combinations of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Basta something na research-based, no? Sa Bloom's Taxonomy, pwede nyo gamitin yon na integration sa inyong lesson or kung ginamit nyo sa lesson ninyo or kung hindi mo na-realize pa yung ginamit mo, pwede mo siyang pwede kang mag-metacognition and then alamin mo kung ano ba ang ginamit mong research-based knowledge doon sa iyong pagtuturo. Okay? So, dito, ang citation ko sa annotation ay, I have attached here the copy of my COT exemplar showing the research-based knowledge and the principles of teaching and learning used as basis for planning, designing the lesson. So, ganun lang kasimple ang annotation natin. Okay? Basta masabi mo kung ano yung ginamit mo doon. Okay? So, yan po ang MOV number 2. And punta tayo sa objective number 3. So, objective number 3, dito, displayed proficient use of mother tongue, Filipino and English to facilitate teaching and learning. Tingnan natin yung MOV number 3. Yan. So, ang pwede mong gamitin dito ay yung COT or Classroom Observation Tool, Rating Sheet, or Inter-Observer Agreement Form. Okay? So, punta tayo dito. Or limited face-to-face teaching, online teaching, or two-way radio instruction. So, pwede mong gamitin ulit yon. Number 2, if option 1 is not possible, an observation of a recorded video lesson or audio lesson that is SLM based or MELC aligned. Ganun pa rin, kagaya ng una. Number 3, if options 1 and 2 are not possible, anong pwede mong ibigay? Ang observation daw ng demonstration mo via learning action cell. Okay? So, ang ipoprovide mo dito ay ganun pa rin, yung inter-agreement form. Okay? So, ito pa rin yun. Zoom ko lang konti. Alright. So, dito, nakikita niyo po. Yan. So, ito pa rin ang provide natin. Basta dapat ang pipiliin natin ditong indicator ay yung nakabase rin doon sa MOV number 3. Okay? Doon sa mga sinabing pwede natin gamitin as our MOV or means of verification. Okay? So nakita nyo dito. Ayan. Yung indicators nandyan. Tapos hin-highlight ko siya sa baba. Dito nakalagay, I have attached here copies of my rating sheet from my class observation number 1 and 2 performed through lock session. Okay, this shows that my rater gave me 7 and 6. So dahil hindi na pareho ang pinapakita ko doon sa COT 1 and 2, in-specify ko siya dito na sa first COT ang binigay sa akin ay 7 at sa ikalawa ay 6. Okay, so ano ba yung hin-highlight ko na indicator? Indicator number 2, display proficient use of mother tongue, Filipino, and English to facilitate teaching and learning. So, ano ba yun? Tingnan natin ha. So, indicator number 2. Okay, tingnan natin doon. Number 2. Lakihan ko lang. Indicator number 2. Wait lang po. Okay, tingnan natin. Ayun. Display proficient use of mother tongue, Filipino, and English to facilitate teaching and learning. Ganun lang po. Nakabase dapat tayo dun sa objectives natin. Okay? So, basta dito lang, tandaan nyo lang po dito sa annotation, dun mo i-highlight kung ano yung indicator na ginamit mo or naging basis mo. Okay? Siyempre, magbabase rin tayo sa MOV. Next, objective number 4. Used effective verbal and non-verbal classroom communication strategies to support learner understanding, participation, engagement, and achievement. MOV number 4. Okay, classroom observation tool. Yan. COT rating sheet pa rin tayo or inter-observer agreement form. Okay. Number 1, an observation of synchronous. Ganun pa rin po, no? Yung kanina rin. Number 2, kapag hindi daw available or hindi possible, pwede mong gamitin yung milk-based or SLM. Okay? Yan. So, and also number 3, ganun pa rin. So, kapag hindi available yung 1 and 2, ang pwede mong gamitin ay yung demonstration mo during lock sessions. Okay? So, punta tayo dito sa example ko sa MOV. Yan. Ito, yung in-attach ko. Ganun pa rin tayo. Kasi gagamitin natin sa MOV 1 to 8 yung yung inter-agreement form. Okay, ito pa rin siya, yung grade sa akin. And then, ang annotation ko doon ay, I have attached here copies of my rating sheet from my classroom observation 1 and 2 performed through lock session. This shows that my rater gave me 7 points for both COT number 1 and 2. Under indicator number 5, maintain learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. So, ito na-indicate ko dito, COT 1 and 2. Tapos, yung points ay pareho. Parehong 7 points ang binigay sa indicator number 5, which is maintain learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. Tingnan natin doon. So, parehong 7 points sa indicator number 5. Pakita ko lang sa inyo doon. Yan, zoom ko lang ito. So, tingnan natin. So, ayun po. Indicator number 5. Ito yon, maintain learning. O, nakita po ninyo. 7 points. Ayan. Tapos may comment dito yung aking rater, which is my master teacher 1 in English and of course the principal. Okay? So, ito po. Nakita ninyo. So, number 5, ganun din. 7 din. So, parehong 7 points ang ibinigay nila sa akin. Okay? So, ganun lang po. CRA number 2. Learning environment. Dito na tayo sa CRA number 2. Alright, tingnan natin. Objective number 5, establish safe and secure learning environments to enhance learning through the consistent implementation of policies, guidelines, and procedures. MOV number 5, ano yung mga pwedeng ilagay? Siyempre, gagamit ulit tayo ng COT, okay, rating sheet or inter-observer agreement form. Okay, so, number 1, an observation of synchronous. Ganun pa rin, no? Ganun pa rin po. Number 2, kung hindi possible, milk-aligned tayo or SLM-based. Number 3, kapag hindi pwede yung options 1 and 2, sa lock naman tayo kukuha. So, ganun pa rin. Tingnan natin ang nilagay ko. Ganun pa rin. Gumamit pa rin tayo ng COT RPMS rating sheet. Yan. And of course, Ito yung ating annotation. I have attached here copies of my rating sheet from my classroom observation 1 and 2 performed through LAC session. This shows that my rater gave me 6 and 7 points for both COT number 1 and 2. Under indicator number 4, establish safe and secure learning environments to enhance learning through the consistent implementation of policies, guidelines, and procedures. So pakita natin na indicator number 4, 1 and 2, ang score ko ay 6 sa 1, 7 sa 2. Okay, zoom lang natin. Okay, zoom ko ng konti. Zoom pa natin. Alright, so dito, indicator number 4, established, learn. Ayan, ang score ay 7, and sa kabila ay 7. Yan, maintain learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage. Number 6 na po tayo. So, this is objective number 6. Maintain learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. MOV number 6, gagamit ulit ng COT. Ganun pa rin po tayo. Pwedeng gumamit ng recorded video lesson, audio lesson, na nakabase sa SLM or MELC. Okay? Number 3, if options 1 and 2 are not possible, ganun pa rin, via. Punta tayo sa MOV number 6. Gumamit pa rin tayo ng COT, rating sheet, or inter-agreement form. So, dito, nakalagay dyan sa aking annotation. Yan, dito. I have attached here copies of my rating sheet from my classroom observation 1 and 2 performed through LAC session. This shows that my rater gave me 6 and 7 points for COT number 1 and 2. Under indicator, maintain learning environments that promote fairness, respect, and care to encourage learning. Ganun pa rin po siya. So, COT 1 and 2, ang score ko ay 6 to 7 pa rin. Okay? Next na tayo. Objective number 7, maintain learning environments that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborate in continued learning. Yan ang ating objective number 7 sa RPMS. Punta tayo sa MOVs na pwedeng gamitin. So dito, ganun pa rin po. Paulit-ulit yung pwedeng MOV. Okay? So nakabase pa rin tayo doon sa COT natin. So ang nilagay ko dito, ayan, set B pala ako dito, no? So make sure lang po na tama yung set, kung ano yung ginamit mong kung set A ba or set B doon sa RPMS as evaluated by your rater. Dapat ito rin po yung gagamitin nating MOV. Okay? Since set B ako, ang ginamit ko ay COT rating sheet. Okay? So nakalagay dito ay I have attached here copies of my rating sheet from my classroom observation 1 and 2 performed through LAC session. This shows that my rater gave me 6 and 7 points for COT 1 and 2 under indicator number 6. Tapos yung indicator number 6, ayan po siya, which is all about maintaining learning environments that nurture and inspire learners, blah blah blah. Ganun lang po. And punta na tayo sa objective number 8. Ang nakalagay naman dyan ay applied a range of successful strategies that maintain learning environments that motivate learners to work productively by assuming responsibility for their own learning. Punta tayo sa MOV 8. Yan. So dito, ganun pa rin po yung observation of synchronous teaching limited face-to-face, SLM-based or MELC-based, and number 3 ay via LAC. Punta tayo sa ginamit. So dito ang ginamit natin ay ganun pa rin, COT rating sheet. Yan ang picture po. Ilalagay nyo lang, and then yung kung napapansin niyo paulit-ulit lang yung annotation. Binabago lang natin kung ano yung indicator natin. Nilalagay natin yung indicator natin, yung whole text, okay, or description, and of course yung points natin kapag magkaiba ilalagay natin specifically. Okay, pero pag pareho, lalagyan lang natin ng 6 points for both. Lagyan natin ng both kapag parehong score. Okay? So, depende sa inyo kung gusto niyo i-rephrase ito, no? Pero pwede niyo siyang i-rephrase. Pwede niyo i-rephrase dito yung kung paano gusto mong i-present. Okay? So, that's number 8. Punta tayo sa CRA number 3. CRA number 3, Diversity of Learners Curriculum and Planning and Assessments and Reporting. Punta tayo sa objective 9 kasi nasa objective 9 na to eh. Designed, adapted, and implemented teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talents. Punta tayo dito. So, pagdating mo dito, yan, set A. Set A ako kaya binura ko yung B. So, dito, kapag set B ka, ibig sabihin, iba na yung ibibigay mong evidences. Okay? So, ito ay set A. Classroom observation kasi ang laging ginagamit ko. Kasi set A ako eh. So, ganun pa rin yung, ayan, nakita nyo naman, ganun pa rin yun sa 1 to 3. And then, punta na tayo sa MOVs. So, observation tool pa rin, ayan. And then, isa-cite mo dito, ayan. Kita nyo naman po, specify mo lang yung COT 1 and 2 and yung point. Kapag pareho, lalagyan ng both. And of course, yung indicator number and ang kanyang description. Okay? Design, adapt, and implement teaching strategies that are responsive to learners with disabilities, giftedness, and talents. Okay na po tayo doon, ha? Puro tayo COT rating sheet. Objective number 10. Ito naman ay adapted and used culturally appropriate teaching strategies to address the needs of learners from indigenous groups. Okay. So, dito ang pwedeng ilagay ay ganun pa rin po. Yung tatlong laging ginagamit pag COT rating ang ating hawak. Okay. So, syempre, i-attach pa rin natin yung COT rating scores. And then, ang citation, ganun pa rin po. Patitig na lang po. So, ayun, ilalagay natin yung point na gusto natin i-highlight sa kung anong COT siya, 1 or 2. And of course, under of what indicator. And of course, yung text description of that particular indicator. Okay po. So, objective 11. Yan. Adapted and implemented learning programs that ensure relevance and responsiveness to the needs of all learners. Punta tayo sa baba. So, ito sa kanya, maiiba na siya ngayon. MOV number 11. Number 1, proof of evaluation on the implementation of the adapted contextualized learning program. Number 2, progress report on the implementation of the adapted contextualized learning program. Number 3, accomplishment, completion, technical report on the implementation of an adapted or contextualized learning program. Number 4, action plan, pwede po yan. Activity proposal, activity matrix na nagpapakita ng adapted or contextualized learning program. So, dito ang inilagay ko sa MOV 11 since nakalagay doon ay pwedeng mga, ito, balik tayo dito. Ang inilagay ko po dito ay yung accomplishment or completion report ng aming contextualized learning program. Sa school kasi, meron kaming tinatawag na a COVID Plus, no? Yung contextualized video lesson na ginawa namin ng YouTube channel yung school namin and of course sa Facebook. Ina-upload namin doon yung mga video. Okay, sa grade 8, sinimulan namin gumawa ng video lesson sa math, English, and science. So, dito, pinakita ko dito yung, yan, yung report, yung accomplishment report ng video lesson, yung first half. Okay, so, nandyan nakalagay yung activity proposal and progress report. Of course, screenshot ng mga training. And of course, ayan, nakikita nyo yung actual video shooting namin. So, yan lang aking MOVs. Okay? Sa number 11. So, kayo, balik tayo dito. Kung ano yung programs ninyo, for example, meron kayong project basa or anumang project ninyo na innovation ninyo, yun ang ilalagay ninyo. Okay? Alright. So, okay na po tayo dyan, ha. Pakibalik na lang kung may questions. So, dito inabot ng 2 pages yung aking MOVs. Kasi, ano yun mahabang report. Okay? So, sa baba nun, naglagay ako ng annotation. Ayan. The Project COVID Plus is a program innovation of school. I am the focal person for evaluation and editing and uploading of video lessons produced weekly from quarters 2 to 4. This program was adapted to assess learners' progress with the aid of video lessons in mathematics, English, and science. Okay? So, indicate mo lang doon kung tungkol saan ba yung program at bakit nyo ginawa. Ano ba ang purpose nun? Okay? Next, objective number 12. Dito, sa objective number 12, utilized assessment data to inform the modification of teaching and learning practices and programs. Tingnan natin ang MOVs na pwedeng ilagay sa objective number 12. a list of identified lists or most mastered skills based on the frequency of errors, correct responses with any of the following supporting MOVs. So, syempre, ito yung sa assessment natin, no? Yung list and most mastered skills. Number 1, accomplishment report for remedial or enhancement activities. Remedial sessions, summer reading camp, Phil Erie-based reading program. Pwede po yung sa Phil Erie sa English and Filipino. Okay? Kung may reading camp kayo, pwede yan. Or remedial sessions. Basta po dapat ay nakabase tayo doon sa list and most mastered skills. Yun ang ibibigay nating MOV. Pwede rin pong number 2, intervention material used for remediation. Yan. Reinforcement and enhancement. Ayan. Pag may mga intervention material kayo, yun ang pwede nyo ipakitang MOV. Okay? So number 3, lesson plan or activity log for remediation. Enhancement utilizing of assessment data to modify teaching and learning practices or program. Pwedeng lesson plan or activity log ng remediation online or face-to-face or limited face-to-face. Pwede. Sa MOV number 12, ito yung example natin. Yun pa rin tayo. Ito, na in-integrate ko pa rin yung video lesson namin, pero nagkanda kasi kami ng ito po ay accomplishment report ng aming reading remedial. Yan, nagkaroon kami ng program sa remediation sa mga batang medyo nahirapan magbasa, no? Ginawa namin ito nung second and third quarter. Ayan, so ito ay isang accomplishment report. Yan, kung saan ginamit ko rin yung video lesson sa grade 8. Okay po, so ilalagay niyo dyan ang evidences or mga picture ninyo during online or limited face-to-face tutorial. So nakalagay dito sa annotation ko, yan, the division reading, mathematics and science tutorial program in support to Brigada Pagbasa. So naka-align siya doon sa program ng English Department na Brigada Pagbasa, English and Filipino. Okay? So nakalagay naman dyan to promote numeracy and literacy of learners, to cultivate a culture of reading amongst learners, and to help those who need further assistance in developing blah blah blah. So ilalagay mo dyan kung bakit ginawa ang program. Okay, so madali lang po yan. Balikan na lang natin kung gusto nating gayahin ng format. Punta sa drive. Okay, so CRA number 4, litan muna natin. Sa CRA number 4, balik tayo sa CRA number 4. Dito naman, community linkages and professional engagements and personal growth and professional development. Baba tayo. Objective number 13. Maintain learning environments that are responsive to community contexts. MOV number 13. Pwede po ang accomplishment report of a program or project activity that maintains a learning environment. Number 2, program, project, activity plan on maintaining a learning environment. Number 3, minutes of a consultative meeting, community stakeholders meeting about a program, project, activity that maintains a learning environment with proof of attendance. Or number 4, pwede rin po yung communication letter about a program, project, activity that maintains a learning environment. So dito, pwede nyo ilagay yung mga programs na may kinalaman sa pagpapanatili ng learning environment, no? Positively, no? Yung mga natin, tinuturuan natin yung bata maging disiplinado. Siyempre, ang inilagay ko dito ay ang sa journalism namin. Kasi diba, we are teaching learners how to be a good journalist and responsible social media users or journalists. So dito nagkaroon ako ng contest sa journalism. Yan. So gumawa ng, of course, memo and activity. Right? So nakalagay dyan sa annotation, I have attached here copies of my MOVs in photos. This shows my proof for MOV 13 about programs, projects, activity plans on maintaining a learning environment, which I have done through campus journalism or school press conference. Practicing siya ng good learning environment. Okay, so punta tayo dito ngayon. Objective number 14. Reviewed regularly personal teaching practice using existing laws and regulations that apply to the teaching profession and the responsibilities specified in the Code of Ethics for professional teachers. So dito, Tingnan natin yung MOVs. Pwede po yung annotated video or audio recording of one's teaching that show impact of regular reviewing one's teaching practice. So, kapag may mga recorded video lesson kayo, pwede po yan. O kaya audio recording. Okay? So, number 2, annotated teaching material that shows impact of regularly reviewing one's teaching practice. Kagaya ng lesson plan, activity sheet na kayo ang nag-author, assessment materials na ginawa niyo, kagaya ng pre-test or summative test. Others, pwedeng i-specify nyo basta kayo yung author or involved kayo doon. Number 3, personal reflection notes as outputs from participation in review of personal teaching practices in 4 quarters. Pwede po dito ulit ang mga learning kits, kaya video lessons or radio-based instruction materials na involved po kayo or kayo mismo nag-author or sumulat ng script or the likes. Number 4, proof of attendance na pwedeng through screenshot ng mga attendance sheets sa Google, no? Pwede po yan. And of course, pwede rin po yung mga coaching and mentoring sessions na basta supported siya ng attendance, no? Teaching practices or sa mga trainings po, pwede po ilagay yan. MOV number 14 example. So dito, ang nilagay ko dito yung mga video lessons na ginawa ko uploaded on YouTube ng aming school. Kagaya yung sinabi ko kanina. Of course, yung module which I have been part sa paggawa, no? And of course, yung mga video lesson na inedit ko po. Kasi ako po yung nag-edit ng video lesson ng school namin. Okay po? So, dito sa baba, nilagay ko naman yung mga proof of attendance ng estudyante ko during trainings or sessions sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ko ng activity sheet na ako mismo ang may akda. Ilalagay mo lang sa baba ang annotation. Ayan. Ano ba ang ilalagay dito sa baba sa annotation? I have attached your copies of my MOVs in photos. Tapos ilalagay mo, this shows my proof for MOV number 14 about annotated video audio recording of one's teaching that shows impact for or of regularly reviewing one's teaching practices. So, indicate mo pa rin doon kung anong MOV number yon, and of course, yung text or description about that particular MOV. Okay? Then number 15, objective 15 rather, complied with and implemented school policies and procedures consistently to foster harmonious relationships with learners, parents, and other stakeholders. Punta tayo sa mga possible MOVs natin. Number 1, pwedeng proof of participation or involvement sa school community partnership for implementation of school policy procedure. Example, certificate as committee member, narrative report. Pwede po yan. Okay? And number 2, minutes of parent and teacher. Okay, so pwede po yung number 2, minutes of parent-teacher conference. Kapag may mga narrative report kayo, kaya naman picture, pwede nyo na siyang i-annotate, no? Yung mga meeting with stakeholders, no? Pwede po yan. So, number 3, communication letter about an implemented school policy procedure sent to parent or guardian. So, pwede mo itong mga announcements sa GC tungkol sa school policies and other announcements. Pag naka-screenshot ka po kayo doon, pwede nyo ilagay dito yan. I-indicate nyo na lang po sa annotation. MOV number 15 example. Ito po. Narrative report ng aming quarterly release of card. I think this is 3rd quarter. Narrative report siya or accomplishment report. And then may picture tayo na mga parents na kumukuha ng card at kinakausap ng advisor yung parents regarding sa specific concern about the learner. Okay? So, yan po. Objective number 16. Yan. Applied a personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. Ang MOV ay pwedeng lesson plan lang, isa. With annotations. Explain mo doon yung application ng learner-centered teaching philosophy. Kagaya ng sinabi kanina, pwedeng constructivism or existentialism na ginamit mo para pagbasihan ng planning ng lesson mo. Okay? So, punta tayo dun sa MOV number 16, example. Ito ulit. Yan. Lesson exemplar. And then, yung part na i-highlight ay kung saan mo banda ginamit yung sinasabi natin na applied personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. So, syempre, isa-cite mo yun doon kung saan banda ginamit yung learner-centered philosophy. And then yung annotation, ito po yun. The teacher chose the combinations of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains in the objectives where learners' response based on the perspective targeted on the learning tasks. Interaction happened while teacher presented ideas in new concepts. For example, skill 1. Yan, sa skill 1 part, pinakita ko doon kung paano ko ginamit yung combinations of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Okay? Through comic strip. Yan. So, ganun lang po. Ibibigyan natin yung example at kung paano natin siya ginamit or in-integrate. Number 17, objective. Kalagay, adapted practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. Tingnan natin. Ang pwedeng ilagay, documented feedback from superiors or colleagues, learners, parents, guardians, or other stakeholders, directly reflecting the latest good practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession. So, ito yung mga comments. Kapag may comments ba kayo, may comment box kayo, rather, sa school during release of card or retrieval of module, di ba? Hihingi natin yung comment ng magulang or ng learner tungkol sa pamamalakad natin sa school or pagtuturo. Pwede po nating picturean yon at gawing evidence. Okay, so number 2, annotated evidence of practice indirectly linking to the upholding of dignity of teaching as a profession by exhibiting qualities such as caring attitude and respect and also integrity. Yan. So mga annotated evidences, mga pwedeng indirectly linking sa ating upholding of dignity as teaching profession. Pwedeng yung mga chat natin sa bata, no? Or sa magulang. Reminders natin about specific concerns. Screenshot ng text message pwede. Chat or email sa GC, pwede rin po yan yung mga chat natin sa GC, mga text message sa magulang or sa email. Okay? And then remarks from mentor or master teacher sa mga COTs natin na nagpapakita ng kagalingan mo bilang isang guro, nagpapakita ng attitude, respect, integrity, and caring. Okay? And of course, recognition from the school or school community about one's qualities. Kapag iba naman, please specify. Dapat related siya doon sa objective natin. Okay? Examples. So, chat natin sa GC, reminder sa parents. Yun lang ang aking ginawa. And then, andito yung annotation natin. Yan. The photos above are the proof of my communication with the learners. Parents regarding documented feedback from superiors, colleagues, learners, parents, guardian, or other stakeholders directly reflecting the latest good practices or my good practices that uphold the dignity of teaching as a profession. So, ganun lang. Dapat yung objective ay huwag natin kalimutang i-include sa annotation. Ganun lang po ang technique. Objective number 18. So, dito, yan, set professional development goals based on the Philippine professional standards for teachers. MOV number 18, updated iprcf or development plan from phase 2. Pwede ring mid-year review form, MRF, iprcf or DP. Number 4, certification from the ICT coordinator. Pwede rin sa school head and focal person in charge of ESAT. Okay po, example. Yan. Ang gagawin nyo dito, pipicturean nyo lang yung development plan ninyo. Okay, picturean or screenshot and then i-paste dito. And of course, yung front page ng iprcf or yung encoding part. And then, i-annotate natin. I have attached here copies of my MOVs in photos. This shows my proof for MOV number 18 about updated iprcf DP from phase number 2. Number 2, mid-year review form, MRF, and iprcf development plan. Okay, good. Number 5, plus factor. Ano ba ang plus factor? Ito yung mga pwede nating ilagay para makatagdag sa ating grade. Siyempre, kung ikaw ay may advisory ng isang samahan o kaya ng club, pwede mong ilagay yon. At ito pa yung iba. Perform various related works or activities that contribute to the teaching and learning process. Okay? Ano ba mga pwedeng ilagay? MOV number 19, last na to. So, pwedeng ilagay ang committee involvement. Okay? advisorship of curricular activities, kagaya ng advisor ka ng journalism or ng clubs. Book or journal authorship, so pwede mo ilagay dito kapag gumawa ka ng activity sheet or module, or kung nag-contribute ka sa video lesson or audio lesson. Kapag ikaw ay coordinator or chairperson ka ng particular grade level, pwede. Coaching and mentoring, yan. Learners competition in math, science, at sa iba pang subjects. Serving as reliever of classes, kapag absent yung teacher, nag-leave ng 1 month, paggawa ng certification, sa principal, and then pwede mo siyang or gamitin na MOV dito sa plus factor. Mentoring pre-service teachers, kapag ikaw ay cooperating teacher or RT, tinatawag na resource teacher. Participation in demonstration teaching, participation as technical working group member, or pag iba, others, specify mo and mag-provide ng annotation. Okay, so yun lamang at ganun lang siya kasimple. So kung napansin niyo, ang mga annotation dito ay paulit-ulit lang, hindi ko na siya iniba-iba para hindi ako mahirapan. May isang format lang siya. Okay po, so kung gusto niyo po ng copy, punta lang po tayo sa my description box. Alright, thank you.